Are speaking with Raziel Barabi, an entrepreneur, a reserve major in the Givati reconnaissance unit, and the founder of the War for Soul Association. Thank you for joining us, and tell us a little bit
Hi.
about yourself.
Hi. My name is Raziel. I'm 36 years old, married and father of 3 boys. In my civilian life, I'm an engineer and owner of an engineering company. And in the military, I serve as a major in the Givati reconnaissance unit in the IDF reserves. On October 7th, my unit was called into action, and we fought in Gaza for 7 months straight. During the battles, 5 of my soldiers were wounded, and 5 others were tragically killed in the collapse of the buildings that claimed the lives of 21 soldiers.
Yeah, in January.
Yeah. Despite the loss, we continued to fight until our release from reserve duty, and it was tough. It was a tough time there, and we continued. We continued fighting, and as a commander, I came to understand that my responsibility doesn't end on the battlefield. I realized I must care for my soldiers, not only in the terms of tactics and operations, but also mentally and emotionally. Yeah.
Did you feel that the established supports from the Army, the Defense Ministry's Rehabilitation Branch, the other resilience supports weren't enough for what your soldiers needed?
Yeah, I felt that a deep obligation to find real practical tools that will help them build resilience for me and my soldiers, so that they could return home stronger as better husbands, fathers, and professionals in their daily jobs. That's what led me to establish the War for Soul. And this was the first time that I thought that this is time to establish something big, more than my unit, and that will include all soldiers in the reserve from all units in the IDF.
And what does the forum do exactly?
So the War for Soul Forum is an independent, non-political initiative founded by reservists with a clear vision to turn trauma care for reservists into a national priority, not just as a reaction to crisis, but as an organized, structured, and preventive mission built into the heart of how we care for those who serve. Our goals include developing national resilience programs, building effective tools, to measure trauma treatment outcomes, and creating models that focus on long-term, meaningful recovery. We're also working to ensure that families, especially spouses and children, are included as an essential part of this journey. My children and my wife, I was in the home like 7 months, and my children and my wife need support too. And in our War for Soul, we are taking all of the family together as one unit and to take care of it.
This sounds so all-encompassing, not only acting as advocates for building resilience among the reservists and their families, but also it sounds like working specifically with setting up treatment protocols or certain kinds of treatments? I mean, it seems that it's acting in very broad manners. Are you working also with other resilience organizations or treatment centers?
Yeah, of course. We supported by INFA organization that has had an hospital in Bat Yam, and they support us and make a lot of programs for us, for the soldiers. About 400 soldiers, reserving soldiers, were in this program, and we can see from the program that taking care trauma in a deep way and recover the soldiers is our main goal now. And the program is about 5 days in a hotel, a private hotel, and then the soldiers go in, deeply sessions, private and group sessions, and have a lot of an impact. And they finishing the program, and they like having very special things go down there, and the INFA organizations are supporting us too. And this is it's so great that an hospital in Israel is doing this kind of thing.
And you also talked about making this a national priority. So how are you trying to give voice to that call?
You know what makes this forum so unique is that it's created and led entirely by those who have been there, on the ground, under fire, and now back home. We are not outsiders studying trauma. We are the ones living it, and that gives us a deep understanding of what really support needs to look like. At the core of our belief is a simple truth: the reservists of Israel are the best of the best. They deserve the best care, the most, the best support, and the national recognition, and not just for their service, but for their full humanity. Um, this is, more than a social project. It's a national mission for us, for our country, and we need to, gather all forces together and bring all these reserve soldiers back home, back to their wife, their children. This is our mission now.
Given that we are still in ongoing war, perhaps many
Mm-hmm.
members of your forum are already serving multiple tours of going
Mm-hmm.
in. So what kind of feedbacks are you getting, and do you feel that there is a reception of the need to really provide this kind of ongoing support to the reservists?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's about over 300 consecutive days, many of them returning again and again during the longest war in our nation's history. It's like about 1 year and a half that soldiers are fighting in Gaza and Lebanon, in Jihad Samaria, and soldiers are talking to us, and you see how they struggle and how the mission and their families, their children are getting very more difficult when time goes by. And it's more important than ever to place trauma prevention and emotional resilience at the center of our national priorities. Um, we must give reservists the tools they need not only to survive but to thrive. And I always tell to my friends in the forum that we on this is a marathon, not a sprint. The road ahead is long, but we are committed to staying the course and building a healthier, stronger society together. And I am deeply grateful, for the opportunity to work on this mission alongside my fellow reservists. History has placed us in a unique moment, and we have a responsibility to respond with courage, compassion, and vision. Um, this is our time to plant seeds of healing and growth and good to our reservists and the forum, the War for Soul, and doing it with open heart, with INFA organization, and we are together and building the next step of our nation.
If anyone is interested in any additional information, where can they find it?
So on internet you can write on IMFA organization. So you can sign there for our programs. And if you want to know more about the forum, you can click on Google War for Soul, and you can see us there. We on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and this is our platforms.
Thank you so much for speaking with us.